then we can able to access this client machine with the help of U1 user remotely into our server through network, right guys? But here, while you try to sending the request with the help of telnet, the request, it will travel through network in a clear text. We doesn't have any security here, right? So because of that reason, we are using by default in Linux, we'll have SSH. SSH is a protocol. SSHD is a daemon. We should active. So it should active into our machine. Let's see here. So in server, we'll have the SSH. How to check whether the daemons is available or not? Yes, guys. Which command we need to know to find out the daemons? Huh? Which command? Next to 6 o'clock batch, right? Systemctl status SSHD. I hope you got it, guys. SSHD.service. Open SSH server daemon. So loaded unit configuration file has been processed. Enable. It will start along with the boot time and it's active running. We can able to take this mission remotely into another mission. So server also you can able to take remotely into another mission. Let's verify into client. Let's verify into client. So let's see here how to verify. Systemctl status SSHD. Systemctl status SSHD. Let's see here. Right? Systemctl status SSHD. Yes, we have the SSHD service into client also. If you doesn't have, we need to install. How to install? Yum install OpenSSH. I hope you got it, guys. No need to install. By default, you will have SSH. Just verify whether it is active or not. By default, it will active while you are starting the operating system. Along with the operating system, SSHD service, it will start. It's active running. So now we are into client, right? Let's check the communication between those both the machines. Ping 192.168.1.12. Yes, we have the communication, right? So let's ping with host name, ping client dot example dot com. Yes, we are getting reply from client mission. Ping 192.168.1.11. Yes, guys. So ping server.example.com. Got it? Simple. Server.example.com. Right? So we are getting reply from server machine. So okay, both the machines having the proper network. Yesterday we established we have this, right? Now, why we need to use SSH? SSH name itself only, it's a secure, right? Secure socket shell, right? SSH, now we are trying to accessing U1 user account from client mission. I hope, excuse me guys, client.example.com 192.168.1.12. Same, both the commands syntax is the same, guys, but here we need to use SSH instead of telnet. So SSH, it will send the request to client mission, right? SSH, it will send the request to client mission. While you are trying to sending the request, if you're getting the response, the request and response, it will travel into encrypted format instead of clean text. Because while you are trying to sending the request, it will probe to server to generate one known host key. So in server automatically one known host key it will generate. So this key it's the key it available client mission details with it is sending the request guys. So clear. Excuse me. So server it's sending the request to the client. So client it should need to provide the response to the server. How it is going to provide the response? So who's sending the request? Those guy details it should available into the server. Simple. You are trying to making call to me. If I have your contact number, then only I'm going to answer. So I hope you got it. Like the same way here. Here one key it will be generated automatically if you're providing yes, that is called known host key. In that known host key will have client mission details along with one encrypted key. With the help of that key, request and response, it will happening into encrypted format. So it's a secure. So I hope you're clear, guys. So let's see here how we need to access U1 user account from client to server. First of all, try to create few users, U1, then U2, right? So we need to assign the password, U1 password we need to assign. You can assign anything, right? So password U2, where we are creating this U1, U2 inside the client mission. If you want to can create into server also, it's not a problem. So if you want to can create the U1, U2 users into server, if you want to can access the server to client also, both we can do vice versa. Okay. Now we created two different users, U1 and U2. So we assign the password. At present, we need to provide the password. It's a mandatory. Without password also, how we need to access, I will teach you. Don't worry. Right, guys? Guys, one more thing. It's not like this. We need to access the remote users with the help of root. You can able to access the remote mission with any user account. Got it, guys? So I'm not going to access the remote users with root. I'm trying to accessing the remote user with the help of student. Student is a normal user. So we are logging into server with the help of student user. Now we are trying to sending the request to client to access the U1 user account from client to server remotely. Got it, guys? SSH, right? U1 at the rate client.example.com. So instead of client.example.com, if you want to can provide the client mission IP address also, it's not a problem, right? Then hit enter. See guys here, usually by default, we doesn't have the connection between those both the missions. So the authenticity of the host client.example.com 192.168.1.12 cannot be established. ECDSA key fingerprint is so and so fingerprint. ECDSA is algorithm, guys. With the help of ECDSA key fingerprint, and then it is going to generate one key. Are you sure you want to continue the connectivity? Yes, if you need to provide this. If you're providing no, what will happen? It is going to disconnect. So we need to connect. Yes, connection we need to continue, right? So we should provide S here, then hit enter. If you're providing S, so warning message we are getting, see. Permanently added client.example.com ECDSA2 list of which key, which file, known host file. Got it, guys? Yes, we need to provide the password now. U1's password, yes. So before we are into student server, now we are into U1 client. So if you want, you can check host name, right? So who am I also you can check, then U1 it will show you. Actually, this is server mission. We access the U1 user account from client to server. So we need to establish the connectivity, authenticity, right? Then only we are continuing the connecting. So we are trying to connecting with client. Server, it is sending the request to U1 user account to client mission. So client, it is asking, who are you, boss? If you having my details, then only I can able to provide the response. For details, we are generating one key called known host key. I hope you got it, guys. So clear. Exit is the command. Again, we are back to server in student user. Okay, we are back to student user in server mission, right? So let's see, guys, here. Now, from now onwards, it won't ask to generate the key. Just you need to provide the password. That's it. Easily, we can able to access the remote user. Not only you1. If you want, you can access U2 also. Right? No need to generate any keys now. Right? Because already we generated. Now the key where it got generated. Without that key, can we able to access the remote users intermission? Means no. So the key where it will generate by default. Guys, ls-al is a command. ls-al. What is the use of ls-al? Yes. List out all including hidden. List out all including hidden. So let's see, guys, here. .ssh is one hidden directory we'll have here. Automatically it will generate. While you are trying to sending the request to client, automatically inside the student user's home directory. So we are into student user home directory, right? Home student. So automatically one hidden directory will create. .ssh hidden directory. Inside this .ssh hidden directory will have the known host key. Got it, guys? cd .ssh, then hit enter, check the list. See, guys, here we have one key called known underscore host. If you open this key with VIM editor, can we able to open this file with the VIM editor? Yes, this is file, right? We can able to open. See, we'll have client mission details and ECDSA SHA-NISTP 256 algorithm. With the help of this algorithm, the key it got generated. With the help of this key, request and response, it will happen securely in encrypted format. So I hope you got it, guys. Save and quit. Now I'm deleting this key. What will happen if you're deleting this key? The key got deleted, right? We doesn't have the keys now. Known hosts key we doesn't have. The key it got deleted, right? Yes, no. Try to send the request to U1. What will happen? Let's see. It's asking again to generate the key. Without that particular known host key, we are unable to access the U1 user account from client to server remotely. Again, we need to provide as, then if you're providing password, automatically the key it will be generated. With the help of that key, request and response, it will happen. See, without this key, we are unable to access the U1 user account. So I hope you're clear, guys. So if you're having one or two users, easily you can able to remember the password. It's not a big deal. If you're having 100 users, then how you can able to remember the 100 users password as a human? It's a bit difficult to us. So because of that reason, most of the people, what they are going to do, they are going to perform passwordless authentication. Passwordless secure authentication. Without providing any password, we can able to access the remote users into our mission. So like your EC2 instance. In your AWS, you'll have EC2 instance, Linux EC2 instance. How you're going to access your EC2 instance? With the help of PEM key. without any password. Like the same way here, actually PEM key, it will be generated automatically. Automatically means just we are going to provide the name, automatically it will generate. While you're trying to launching the instance, we are trying to providing name, that's it. Yes, no. But here, how we need to generate those all manually, we'll discuss now. Now you can able to understand how the AWS it's try to generating public and private keys. Here, this is not our AWS account. This is our personal environment, right? This is our personal environment. Now we are going to generate public and private keys. With the help of public and private keys, we are going to access the users without any password, that too securely. Passwordless authentication. Let's see guys here. Now if you try to accessing the U1 user account from server, see guys here. So now we are sending the request to client mission, U1 user account, we need to access remotely into server, right? So we should provide the password, then only we can able to get the U1 user account remotely here. Otherwise we won't get. Now here, if we having hundreds of the users, how we can able to remember the password? It's a bit difficult to us. Because of that reason, what we are doing, we are trying to generating public and private key pair. With the help of public and private key pair, we are going to access the users remotely into our mission without any password, right? So public and private key pair. Key pair means two. That's it, no? So for example, you are into your room, man. So you are staying single. Only one person you are staying into your room. So you'll have the valuable things in your room, right? We'll have laptop, mobile phones, television. So like this, bit expensive products will have in our room. You need to attend the class. You need to go somewhere. You should have something in restaurant. Then how you are going to protect your room while you are trying to coming to outside? So we need to lock our room, right? That's it, now. For example, we need to quit our room, so we need to go somewhere, right? Then how we are going to protect our room? With the help of lock. From where you are going to get the lock? Shop itself only, right? So we need to go to hardware shop, or otherwise maybe like fancy shop, there we can able to get the lock. If you purchase the lock, they are going to provide only lock or key also. Lock and key, both they will provide. This is called pair. This key, it will support only that particular lock. So here we'll have the protection. Same concept here we are using. Lock and key concept only we are using here. For example, we purchase the lock from market, maybe shop, then we are going to get one key, right? You're going to keep the lock to your room, then you're going to keep your keys secretly into your pocket. I hope you got it. Then here, like the same way, we are generating lock and key. That is called public key and private key. Lock is public key. Key is private key. I hope you got it, guys. We are going to keep the key secretly into our pocket. We are not going to provide the key to anyone. Okay. So maybe your friend, he visited to your room, then he can able to find the lock, right? Yes, no. Anybody can find the lock. Anybody can check the lock. Okay, the room it's got lock like this, they can able to find. But key, they're unable to find. If they find the key, that's it. So they can able to open your room, right? Yes, no. Because of that reason, we need to keep the key into our pocket secretly. We should not share this key to someone. If you are sharing this key, maybe you are going to lose your products. Yes, no. Like the same way, same concept. Here we are going to, how we are trying to purchasing the lock and key from shop. Like the same way, Here we are going to generate public key and private key. Got it, guys? Now we need to access the U1 user account from client to server, right? Then where we need to generate the keys? We need to generate the keys into server. If you try to accessing server to client, then where we need to generate the keys? Into client. Opposite. We are sending the request from server to client, guys. So where we need to generate the keys? In server machine. Public and private, both the keys we need to generate here. Then we are going to copy the public key to U1 user account. So now we purchase the log, we put the log for U1. Then we have the private key here. While you are trying to sending the request to the client machine, it will check whether it is having the key or not. Yes, if it is having the key, if it is matched with that particular key, automatically without any password authentication, it will give the response. We are going to get this U1 user account without any password. I hope you got it, guys. So where we need to generate the keys? We need to generate the keys into server, right? We need to copy the keys from server to which key we need to copy? Public key. Log we need to copy. Don't copy the private key, right? So we need to copy public key to U1 user account, and then with the help of this public key, we are going to access U1 user without any password. This public key, and here we'll have the private key. Those both the keys it should match. I hope you got it, right? Simple, guys. Do you know Hawala in movies? In movies like mafia backdrop movies, Hawala concept. Hawala, guys. Usually, Puri Jagannath, you know, director. Huh? So that guy usually is going to make the movies like that only. Mafia backdrop movies. So Hawala, illegal money transaction. Yes, no. For example, I think what is that movie, guys? Allu Arjun's movie before Pushpa. DJ, right? Yes, in DJ movie we'll have the Hawala concept, right, guys? In DJ movie. So usually yeah, that guy villain is a minister, I think. So he like he's trying to transferring the crores of the amount from one country to another country. So illegally. So few mafia people they try to transferring like this. In movies itself only, in real life, I don't know, man. Okay. So clear. I doesn't have that much of money to transfer. Okay. So clear. So got it. So if I have that much of money, why I should bother about the classes, man? Really, yes. So if you're having 200 crores and 500 crores like this, so why we need to bother about the classes, right? So उतना ज्यादा रहे तो कुछ भी नहीं करूंगा, आराम से खा के सो जाऊंगा मैं, right? Yes, no. Yes, we'll have the illegal money transaction. So in movies we'll have that villain, he's trying to transferring the money from India to somewhere, some different country using one Hawala concept, right? Then how those people they are going to transfer the money? They are going to pick one note from that bundle, liquid cash, right? They try to transferring the liquid cash from one country to another country. So they are going to pick one note from that bundle. They are going to make two pieces. Yes, one piece is private key, another piece is public key. I hope you got it. So one half for us, right? Another half who's doing Hawala into different country for them. So what they try to transferring the half, that is public key. Then what we'll have, that is one authentication. Without that half note, you are unable to get the money from there. Same concept here also. So clear, guys? I hope you got it. Public and private keys. We are going to generate public and private key pair. So both are pairs. Like one note, we are trying to making two halves, right? One half is public key, another half is private key. If it is matched, then only they are going to transfer the money. Otherwise, they are going to shoot. Huh? I hope you got it. So same concept here also. We are generating two different key pairs. So how to generate? So let's see, guys. In real life, it's not possible, guys. Okay. Hawala, Diwala, and those all stuff. Huh? Hawala, it's not possible. Diwala, it's possible. Usually. So clear, guys. I hope you got it. So usually in movies itself only will have that Hawala concept. Yes, no. Right. So clear. So now we are trying to generating two key pairs. How to generate? Usually we'll have in Windows one third-party application called PuttyGen, right? Like the same way, by default, we'll have one tool called SSH-Keygen. Right, guys? SSH-Keygen is a tool. Then hit enter. See, guys, generating public private RSA key pair. RSA is a excuse me, guys, algorithm. RSA is algorithm, guys. So now where we need to generate those keys, right? So in this location, home student.ssh. So inside the .ssh directory, so we are going to generate two key pairs, id underscore RSA, id underscore RSA.pub. Then if you want, you can change the location according to your requirement. You can create one directory, you can generate the keys into that particular directory. So at present, I'm trying to generating into by default location itself only, right? Just hit enter, again, enter. That's it. SSH-Keygen, enter. That's it. 3 to 4 enters. That's it. Don't give anything. Automatically, two keys it will be generated. See, guys, here. Home student.ssh. Inside the .ssh, one key got generated. That is called id underscore RSA. So this is for identification purpose, right? And .pub extension, same location, but we'll have the .pub extension, right? Public key. Now we are trying to transferring this pub key from server to client. That too, we need to copy this key to U1 user account. Two keys it got generated. So we are into home student.ssh. Now let's check the list. See, guys, here. id underscore RSA, id underscore RSA.pub. .pub means public key. We need to share this .pub key. You should not share RSA, id underscore RSA key. What we have the extension id underscore .pub, that is public key. That particular key we need to share with U1 user account. How we need to copy this key to U1 user? Now we need to access the U1 without any password. Now at present, if you try to accessing the U1, it will ask the password. We need to provide the password, then only we can able to access the U1. Now what we are doing, SSH-copy ID -i, it's not a mandatory here. When we need to provide -i, in the sense, maybe if you're generating the keys into different directory, at the time we need to provide the -i. Home student ID SSH sorry, it doesn't need, guys. Already we are into .ssh, right? Directly can give id underscore dot pub. No need to provide the full path because already we located into .ssh itself only. Maybe if you're into some different directory at the time, you need to provide the file path. Got it? So now id underscore dot pub, then to whom we need to copy u1 client dot example dot com, then hit enter. Simple. So one key, right? So now we are trying to SSH u1 at the rate client dot example.com. So I hope you got it, guys. So now without any password, u1 user account, we can able to access remotely, but very securely. Right, guys? So let's see here, exit. We are back to student. Let's check the list. Two more files that got created, right? id underscore RSA, id underscore RSA pub. Guys, if you open id underscore RSA, see what kind of file it is, what kind of key it is. Private key. While you are trying to launching the EC2 instance, we are going to download this key. With the help of this key, without any authentication, we are accessing u1 user account from AWS2 in your machine using putty. Using putty, using mobile stream, using kitty, whatever if you want you can use. Git bash, whatever if you want you can use. Without this key, we are unable to access the user without password. Actually, this is PEM key. In our Linux terminology, this is private key. Coming to AWS, that is PEM key. PEM full form. PEM full form. Poke remove also. What is PEM full form, guys? Privacy enhanced mail. We need to convert PEM key to PPK. Why? PEM key directly don't support for putty. We need to convert the PEM key into PPK. PPK full form. Putty private key. That is what private key here. That is one key to open the user without any password. How you are try to opening your room with your key like the same way. Right. Got it, guys? So I hope you're clear. Go to client, login into client machine, login as a u1 user account. Let's check the ls-al. In u1 also we'll have one hidden directory called .ssh. cd .ssh. We have one key called authorized key. While you are trying to copying the public key to u1 user account, the public key, it will become as a authorized key. See if you want, you can check this authorized key and go to server, open public key. Both are same. See this key, this public key, client authorized key, both are same. See, now we are trying to deleting this authorized key. What will happen? We doesn't have any authorized keys for u1 user account, right? Go to server, try to, what happened guys? Try to access SSH U1 at the rate client.example.com. It's asking password now because there we doesn't have the lock. Because of that reason, we need to provide password for U1. Then only we can able to log. Then only we can able to log in. I hope you got it, guys. Clear? Then we need to copy again. Then only we can able to access the U1 user account without any password. Automatically in U1, one key it will be generated, that is called authorized key. See here. Without this authorized key, we are unable to access this U1 user account without password. Clear? I hope you got it. Same logic we'll have in AWS. Same logic we'll have in AWS. While you are trying to accessing the EC2 instance at the time. Guys, most of the people, they have an phobia, really. And what they're thinking in a sense, we can able to access only EC2 user, EC2 instance into putty. Apart from EC2, there is no use related to putty. It's not like this, guys. Any Linux machine remotely you can able to access from Windows using putty application. I'll show you practically, don't worry. I hope you got it, guys. Right? So it's not like this. We need to access only EC2 instance, Linux instance with the help of putty into our Windows operating system. It's not like this. You can able to access any remote Linux instance with the help of putty in our Windows client machine. Got it, guys? So I hope you're clear online. Right. So let's see here. Can we able to access the root user, guys, remotely? Exit from U1. We are back to student again. We are into server now, right? Can we able to access the remote user remotely into our server machine? Client remote user. Sorry, client root user, not remote user. Client root user, can we able to access remotely into our server? Yes, no, guys. We can able to access U1. We can able to access U2. Like the same way, can we able to access root user? No. Let's try. SSH root at the rate client.example.com. Then hit enter. Then we need to provide the root user's password. We can. In 7.0, in 8.0, we can. Coming to 9.0, we are unable to access. While you are trying to installing the 9.0, at the time it will ask an option whether you need root remote login or not. If you enable, then we can able to access. If you disable that option, we are unable to access the root user. Right. Because of security, I need to avoid the root remote login from client machine. How we need to avoid, guys? Yes. Go to client, exit from root, go to client. Okay. So client remote user, right? Client root user, right? Remotely we need to access, right? So open etc sshd underscore conf. So this is a configuration file related to SSH service. I said no, each and every service it having three things. It having one user account, it having one home directory, it having one configuration file. All the configuration files where it will be available inside the etc. Inside the etc, we'll have one directory called SSH. Inside the SSH directory, we'll have one configuration file called sshd_conf. Open this file. Open this file with VIM editor, right? Go a little bit down, scroll down. Here, see guys, we have one option called permit root login. Remove this hashtag in front of this line. We need to uncomment, right? Then keep it no instead of S. Got it? Go to SSH configuration file in client mission, because we are avoiding the remote login for root user from client mission. So we should go to client mission. In client mission, we need to open the SSH configuration file. In SSH configuration file, we'll have one option called permit root login. By default, you'll have as, we need to modify as a no. First of all, you should remove the hashtag in front of that line. That is called uncommented. Save and quit. Save and quit. Then what we need, the changes we need to apply, right? Systemctl restart SSHD service. This is mandatory. Without executing this command, what you did the modification, it is not going to apply. Otherwise, instead of executing this command, if you want, you can reboot. Instead of rebooting, just execute this command. That's enough. Go to server, then SSH root, then it's asking password. Now we are trying to providing password. What will happen? Let's see. Permission denied. Permission denied. We are unable to access the root user. Guys, but we'll have one another way we can able to access the root user. Let's see here. One more way we'll have. So try to log in as a U1. They don't ask any password. Then switch U1 to root. Can we? I hope you got it right. But easily they are going to identify you because of logs. I hope you got it. Each and every action, it will be recorded, right? Inside the logs. Easily they can able to identify you. They are going to maintain the log servers. Got it? So I hope you're clear. We have this way, but directly you are unable to access the root user. Directly, you are unable to access the root user remotely. Got it? Yes, no? Right. So I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no? Online. Right. Now we are trying to avoiding all the users apart from U1. Because U1 having the public key, without any password, we can able to access the U1 user account. But we need to access only U1. Remaining user should not have the access. We need to deny the permissions for remaining user. Who have the public key, only those users we need to access. Right? So go to client, same file you need to open, etc ssh d underscore conf. Go bit down. See guys here, we have an option called password authentication. Yes, keep it no. No. Save and quit. SSHD. Right? Go to server. Try to access U1. Can we? We can. U1 we can because it having public key, right? Try to access U2. Permission denied. Try to access root. Root always we doesn't have the access, right? Like this you can avoid. Usually while you are trying to launching the EC2 instance in AWS, we can able to access the EC2 user by default without any password using that PEM key. That's it, nah? Without PEM key, can we able to access? No. With the help of PEM key, we can able to access without any password. This EC2 user, it having public key and as well as sudo permissions also. Because of that reason, without knowing the root user's password, we can able to switch from EC2 user to root user using sudo command. I hope you got it now. Clear? Yes, no. How EC2 user we can able to access from EC2 instance to into our client machine without any password with the help of the keys only. While you are trying to launching at the time, AWS having one mechanism, automatically it will generate one public key for EC2 user. We need to download the private key. With the help of this private key, we are going to access the EC2 user account. If you want, you can check. I hope you know how we need to check, right? Go and check into .ssh directory or otherwise etc ssh directory having few configuration file. There you can check. In etc also will have the private key and public keys. So clear, guys? So I hope you got it. Yes, no, online. Can you hear me? Am I audible online? Ready? Arif Basha. Right. Very good. Nagiredi. Right, guys. Now, most of the people, what they're thinking, with the help of Putty, we are going to access only EC2 instance. It's not like this. Let's say I'll show you. First of all, we should have the internet connectivity into our mission. This is server, right? So how we'll get the internet connectivity? We need to assign dynamic IP address, right? Using NMTUI. So automatic you can keep. Automatically you're going to get the IP address from DHCP server. Right? Systemctl restart network. So now let's check whether we'll have the internet connectivity or not. Okay. Okay, guys, we need to change the settings, network adapter settings, because by default, we need to keep NAT, right? Because I'm using wire. We need to keep NAT. I think we have custom there. Because of that reason, we are unable to execute this command. Go to network adapter, then NAT. Why NAT? I'm using wire internet connection here, NAT. Bridge also you can keep, but if you should have the Wi-Fi. Right now, execute. Now it's working, right? Then let's check the IP address. Yes, we doesn't have any IP addresses. Why? Talk. What happened, guys? So reboot it. We should have the internet connection. Then we can able to access this machine remotely into our Windows machine using Putty. फाइव टेन ओनली जल्दी कंप्लीट हो गया यार. हाँ मैं दूसरा टॉपिक स्टार्ट करूंगा. If you're giving 45 minutes, then I will complete archiving also. क्यों ऐसा? आज क्या प्रोग्राम है आपका? हाँ, आज क्या प्रोग्राम है आप लोगों का? हाँ, फिर so let's see guys here. Not available. Why it's not available? I'll do one thing. I'll reset. So got it, guys? SSH. Next chapter, archiving. Why tomorrow, man? We'll have 20 minutes time. And if you're providing 15 minutes, I'm going to finish archiving. Huh? ఎందుకు మేడం రేపు త్వరగా అయిపోద్ది ఫ్రైడే కంతా. हाँ? क्या? Right? So let's see, guys. We have 192.168.1.7. Let's try to ping with 8.8.8.8. Yes, we are getting the reply from 8.8.8. We have internet connection. Minimize this. Minimize everything. Right? Open Putty. So I have Putty, guys. Okay. So click Putty. Then here we need to provide 192.168.1.7 IP address. We doesn't have any PEM key, right? So directly you can click open, right? Then it is asking authentication, but it will ask the username password. We know root user name and password. Root and Red Hat is a password. Got it? It's not like this only EC2 user, EC2 instance we can able to access. Any kind of Linux remote missions we can able to access with Putty. Got it? Right? Then if you want, you can use, if you want, you can generate one private key, copy the private key from root user, then paste into Windows, create .pem, right? Then upload the PEM key directly into Putty. Then without any password, we can able to access the root user. I hope you got it. Now we are providing password. Without password, how we need to access? We need to generate the key pairs, private and public key pair. So we need to copy the public key into Windows machine. We need to convert into PPK. We should upload this key into SSH. That means putty in SSH. Then we are going to get the user without any password. Now here we know the password, because of that reason we can able to log in. Got it? So this is all about SSH. So I hope you're clear. Yes, no. Guys, I have reset this machine. You won't get the history, man. You won't get the history. No issues. What will have in history? Only SSH u1 at the rate client.example.com. That only that particular command will have in history. And additionally, we executed SSH hyphen keygen command, right? And copy ID command. SSH hyphen copy ID hyphen I, then home student dot SSH ID underscore RSA to u1 user account. Like this you can do. So I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no, right. Next chapter. How to archive, how we need to transfer the data from one machine to another machine. Okay. I'll stop now, but I'm not going to leave you. Okay. If you're having any doubts, any questions, for 5 minutes, you can ask me. From 5:20 onwards, I'm going to ask few questions to you. It's okay. Got it. Then I need to continue the session, right? Okay. So I'm giving 5 minutes time to you people. If you're having any doubts, any questions, please, right? And after 5 minutes, almost like 1 minute, it got completed, right? So 5:16 now. So I will ask you questions from Linux 5:20 onwards, right?